Hey, Mr. Highfield, welcome to my house.
Thanks,
This is my
Mr.
backyard.
Wow, this is fantastic. Look, there's a swimming pool. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump right in.
Wait, hold on. Don't you know there's safety rules that you have to go through before you jump into a pool?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It looks like we have some rules to follow before we just hop in the pool. All right, boys and girls, before you go swimming, it is always important to always check the weather. You don't want to be jumping in the swimming pool when you got that thunderstorm nearby, when you can hear that thunder, see that lightning. That is way too close. So right now we have an absolutely beautiful Florida day, blue skies, but we know how fast that can always change. So before you jump in the pool, before you go swimming, have your mom or dad check the weather. Another good idea is to have sun protection.
Mr. Highfield, did you put sunblock on this morning?
I don't need it.
What? No way, bro. Come on. You need to put sunblock on before you go outside, which leads me to not just swimming rules, just whenever you're outside, you got to take care of your body. There's a lot of damage the sun can do to you over long periods of sun exposure. Now, it doesn't mean never go outside, but it's always good when you do go outside, always put sunblock on. Definitely wear a hat, sunglasses. We just want to make sure that we are safe out in the sun.
Now, when I put sunscreen on, I can't really, get some parts of my body. Should I ask for someone to help me?
Mommy and Daddy can do a good job of that when you guys go outside. Lather you up.
That's a good suggestion, a good safety tip.
Hey, Mr. Highfield, are you a good swimmer?
Yeah, I can swim. I'm not going to be swimming across the English Channel or anything like that, but you know what? I usually like to stay in the shallow end or use a life-saving device like a float or a life jacket.
Yeah, I used to be a lifeguard, so when I'm going into a pool, I don't necessarily need floaties or a life jacket. I'm a really strong swimmer. However, when I do go out into the ocean and I'm kayaking, it's actually Florida law that you have a life vest on. Mr. Highfield, I have a life vest that I use when I go kayaking, and this is what a good life vest looks like. When you put it on, oh, Mr. Highfield, no.
Well,
it's not underwear.
I was going to jump in.
No.
No?
All right, you put it on just like if you were putting on kind of a vest. Oh, brother.
It's on. What more do I need?
No, you got to put your arms through the holes, Mr. Highfield. Oh, brother. So put one arm through that hole. Oh, brother.
Like this? Can you butt me up?
Who is this guy? Flip that life vest around.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, now when you put it on, it's good, but you still need to buckle it in. And that just prevents the life vest from going up over your head. A life vest can't do its job if it's over your head and you're still under the water.
But what if it was too small for me, or what if it was too big for me?
Then you can't wear it. It won't be effective, Mr. Highfield.
Ah. Okay.
So yeah, that's the problem. That again, in order for a life vest to be successful and effective, it needs to be somewhat tight around your chest. It's always a good idea if you are still learning how to swim, or you're a weak swimmer, even adults, to just have those on whenever you're around the water. Boys and girls, especially our younger students, some of you guys are in this situation because you're still learning how to swim. And if you have not experienced any kind of swim lesson yet, and you're not a swimmer, you don't know how to swim, please go take a lesson and get familiar with the pool, get familiar with the water, and learn how to swim. The next rule is know where the drains are in the pool. The reason why this is a rule is because on some pools, they use the drains for the pool vacuum, and it helps clean the pool. That's not how my pool gets cleaned, so therefore my drains are not dangerous. However, if you're going into a pool you don't know, you won't know which drains are used for the suction for the vacuum and which drains are not. So just do yourself a favor, stay away from all of them. Like I said, if it is a drain that's used for the vacuum, the reason why that's different is because it has high suction, and it can pull, you know, if you're swimming by or you lean against it, it can pull your shirt or your shorts or maybe even your skin against that drain, and it kind of makes it, depending on your body size, very difficult for you to get off of that drain, depending on the level of suction that is coming out. So again, let's just be safe and stay away from all of the drains.
Another important thing for a fun day at the swimming pool, you always need to have a dedicated parent who is supervising, who is watching you guys. It is so important. You can't have a parent who's on the phone completely distracted because you're in the pool and it's a safety issue. So if you ever have someone like Mr. Tomlu who's supposed to be keeping an eye on you, please make sure you take away his electronic device so that he can focus on watching you guys and girls in the swimming pool having a good, safe, fun day. So, Mr.
Texting my girlfriend, man.
I find that hard to believe. But we need to put the phone down and focus on what is the most important thing going on right now, which is going to be kids' safety in the swimming pool.
And never, ever swim alone. You hear me, people? Never swim alone. No matter how old you are, no matter how strong of a swimmer you are.
We've already done before you go swimming, and now we're going to do pool deck safety. And the pool deck is this right here. We're on the pool deck.
It's the floor. One of the main rules of any pool situation is no running. Now you may think like, hey, wait, that's cool. Like I want to run and jump into the pool. The problem with running around any pool situation, whether you're at a water park or your neighborhood pool or your backyard pool, is that the deck, the flooring around the pool, when it's wet, it gets slippery. So it's a high chance of getting injured when people are running. But I just don't want that to be you guys, because you get a little bruise on your ponderosa and woo, that hurts. So let's stay safe and just walk around the pool deck.
Yep. Another good rule is no pushing people in the pool. And even if you've seen something like this on TV, where you see it and the person pushes his friend into the pool and you have that coined in laughter, it's not funny. It's not funny. When you get into the pool unexpectedly, you know, maybe you have a cell phone still in your pocket, or you're wearing your glasses, or you're just not ready for it. It can be scary.
Or maybe someone's in the pool already underneath you, and then you fall into that person.
Yep. Another important safety rule is going to be the no glass. So a lot of people that come out to the pool, they might have a glass container for water, for Kool-Aid, for refreshments, and it slips out of their hand. It wasn't planned, but it was an accident. Accidents can be prevented, and now there's glass everywhere. We all know that bare feet, glass, pools, they don't mix. So no glass by the pool.
Ouchie wawa!
True.
Mr. Highfield, no running on the deck.
What? Oh, that's right. That was one of the rules. No running.
No running on the deck.
Well, you have all my safety gear on. I'm ready to just jump right in.
Wait. Just a few more rules before we get in the pool.
Let me come over so I can get a good look at the rules.
Yes. Now, boys and girls, as Mr. Highfield's on his way over, most people, once you know these rules, it's already in your head. So you don't have to go through this for 5 minutes every time you get in. You just automatically know these rules. Mr. Highfield's still learning these rules, so he wasn't ready to go yet. But before you get into the pool, you got to look around. Make sure that there's nobody underneath you if you're jumping, into the pool or. And by the way, when you go into the pool, make sure you're always going feet first into the pool. Never dive. Now, the reason for that, 2 reasons. One, well, before you get in the pool, you're looking at the pool, making sure that you're not going to jump on somebody that's in the pool. Oh my, yikes! You don't need those to go swimming. But never dive head first. Because, especially Mr. Highfield, he doesn't know how deep my pool is. And if you dive head first, you could hit the bottom of the pool. And if you hit your head and you're going straight down, it could cause a spinal injury and cause permanent damage to your back. So that's a very serious injury. So always go feet first when you're jumping into the pool. Unless, the exception to that rule is maybe you're at a community pool and it's a very deep pool. It has a diving pool or a diving area. In that case, that pool is deep enough so you know that when you dive head first, you're not going to hit the bottom of the pool. So look around and make sure, if you are going to do that the water is over 6 feet deep. Or if you're a tall adult, it probably should be even more than that. But for kids, it should be over 6 feet deep if you're going to dive into the pool.
Yep. And if you cannot swim or you are still learning to swim, then don't go in past your belly button, okay? So stay in the shallow end if you're still learning to swim so that you don't get yourself into any trouble.
And stay close to the side so you can always hold on. Most pools, if you're in that situation and you're getting a little nervous or getting a little scared, remember that the shallow end is usually 3 to 4 feet deep. So even if you're still little, you can stand up and kind of jump up and down until you jump to the side. Yep. So when you're getting into the deep end, even if you have floaties on, be a little cautious.
And most deep ends are about as deep as I am tall. So even when I go to jump into a deep end swimming pool, I know that the water is probably going to come up to my nose or my eyeballs. So with that said, you always want to be careful when you're getting into the pool.
Ready to go swimming?
I think we've covered all the rules, so I'm pretty sure I know how to get into the swimming pool safely now.
Boom shakalaka!
Let's go swimming!
All right, boys and girls, I'm entering the pool. Hot summer day. Feels good to jump in the pool. As you can see, no one's in the pool yet, so I have to avoid jumping on anybody. Feels really good in here. Always fun to get good exercise by swimming. In this next section, we're going to go over a couple of types of swims, and I would like for you to practice some of these. So over the weekend or anytime this week, I would like for you to practice these types of swims. Again, if you don't know how to swim yet, I really want you to ask your mom or dad to teach you or take some swimming lessons if that's a better option. It's just a good safety thing to know how to swim. So I don't want you to panic when you're around the pool. I want you to be comfortable when you're in the water. So I challenge you to do these types of swims and exercise by swimming. If you have your own pool, do it during your PE class. Pause the video if you have to, or practice these after you watch this video, but sometime within the next week, I want you to practice, get in the pool and practice these swims. So the first one that I'm going to teach you is the freestyle swim. Now, when you freestyle swim, your arms are going to move in a circular motion. So it's almost like you're a baseball player and you're throwing, but you're doing it with both hands. And as you come down, you're scooping the water and pushing it back. So you're coming one hand, one arm I should say, and then the other. Now your head is going to move with the arms that you are moving, that are scooping forward. So as this arm is going up, I always say, smell your armpit. Smell your armpit, my head's this way. Now, the reason why that's good is when you're first learning how to do that, you can just tilt your head a little bit and take in some air. That's how you breathe. If you can't do it that way, just lift your head, take a breath, and go back down. Okay? Now, my feet, while I'm doing this, my feet are kicking. So my feet will kick, and that will help me move across the pool. So, this is how you do a freestyle swim. So the next type of swim that I want you guys to practice is called the breaststroke. And when you do this, your arms are going to move out in front of you. So you start almost like you're praying. So your hands are together, you bring them up over your head, and then you twist your wrists and bring them to your side. Once they hit your pockets, bring them back up, again like you're praying. Back up into the air, to your side, praying, over your head, to your pockets, praying, over your head, to your pockets. Now, to take a breath, it's easy, especially when you're on the surface, because all you have to do is lift up your head, take a breath, and then put your head back underwater. Your feet are going to move in a frog-like motion. If you saw a frog swimming, their legs would be how your legs should move when you do this. This can be done underwater or on the surface of the water. So here's the surface. With the underwater one, you're going to have to hold your breath a little bit longer. Boys and girls, that is floating in the water. For those of you that are just learning how to swim, that is a very good thing to know when it comes to safety. Especially when you start to feel a little nervous or a little scared that you're stuck a little bit away from the side of the pool. What do I do? I'm not strong enough to swim back yet. I'm still learning. In that case, you can flip your body over. If I'm in a panic position and I'm like, oh, I can't make it to the side. I can't make it to the side. Push your belly up into the clouds, into the sky. So you want to push your belly up, and that way your head, and especially your mouth and your nose, can stay out of the water, and you can breathe while you float. And that way, that gives you more time until help comes and they pull you to the side. But again, if you're in that position where you're panicking, push your belly up. Relax. You can't do this if you're panicking or you're scared. You have to relax in the pool. It's okay to move your arms a little bit. Your feet can move a little bit. but you don't have to be splashing like this or you'll go under. It doesn't work if you do that. You have to stay calm and you have to push your belly up into the air. Take breaths until somebody comes to help you. Even if you're a good swimmer, that's good to know too. You might see a lot of people do that in the beach. And in fact, if you're stuck in a rip current at the ocean, that's what you should do. You know, stay with the current, float until somebody comes to help you, until you get out of that current. Never should you try to fight against a rip current at the ocean. But luckily in a pool, we don't have to deal with that. The great thing about the floating position is that your mouth and your nose is out of the water. So you are, one, able to take deep breaths and hopefully not panic. But the other thing is, since your mouth is out of the water, you can, call for help. So if I was again in that situation where I'm a little bit too far away from the side and I feel I'm not going to make it, get into a floating position, relax. Okay, I'm okay right now, but I'm having a hard time getting to the side, so I can say, Mommy, Daddy, help me. Mom, help. And they'll hear you and they'll come give you assistance. Because hopefully they're right there by the pool watching you.
What about a lifeguard?
Oh, boys and girls, same case. If you're at a community pool and you're in that situation, flip over, float, and same thing. You can talk like, help, I need help from the lifeguard. But they'll probably recognize that too. I used to be a lifeguard, so I would recognize that and probably be there before you were able to talk. All right, boys and girls, if you're jumping into a pool, again, remember, look and see, make sure that no one is underneath you as you're jumping in. In this case, no one's even in the pool, so I'm safe. And again, even though I'm jumping into the deep end, this pool is only 6 feet deep, so I'm not gonna dive head first. I'm always jumping in, feet first. You may have heard the term treading water. And what that means is you're staying stationary in the spot of the pool. The water is probably over your head, and you're not necessarily swimming, because swimming is you're moving. However, you're just staying in one spot, but your head is staying above the water. You're not sinking. So there's a few different ways to do this. The first way, it's all in the way your feet move, basically, because your arms are always going to be just doing this. Almost like you're saying, no good, no good. Or if you're a football referee, saying, incomplete. So your arms are always going to do this motion in almost all of the treading forms. It's your legs. And they all work. There's no way that's better than the other. It's all in what you feel more comfortable doing. So you can do a scissors kick where your feet move back and forth like scissors. You can do an egg beater where your feet move in this motion. You can do that frog kick, kind of like the breaststroke that we were doing, where you're doing the frog. All three of those leg motions will work, and I would like for you to try that when you're getting into a pool. So, if you're treading water, again, my head is above the water. I'm not moving left or right or forward or backwards. I'm just staying in one spot. Right now I'm doing that egg beater with my feet. You probably can't see below the water. And now I'm doing the scissors. In the scissors, your head kind of bobs up and down a little bit.
Stay facing that way. I'll get a profile.
So I feel more comfortable doing the egg beater, but again, all three of those leg motions will work, and just good skill to know when you're in water that's over your head.
How long can you do that for, Mr. Wilmot?
Hours.
Wow. Can we see the scissors again with you facing that way?
Scissor kick, my head is bobbing a little bit up and down, and my arms move to the motion of my legs moving back and forth.
And sometimes, boys and girls, it's nice just to relax and let your feet dangle down and they're not touching anything. And other times, if you have a tube and you want to get some fun exercise, you can still practice your arm strength. We've been having some fun in the sun, but now it's time to reapply sunscreen. I think I rubbed it all in. Looks good?
Yeah,
Looks good?
yeah, it's rubbed in. Yeah, it looks great.
And we're gonna go inside.
No white spots.
No white spots?
Yeah.
Neither
What
are
about
you.
me?
You're perfect.
Okay, no
He's
white
an
spots?
expert when it comes to applying sunscreen. Expert. So we're gonna go inside and we're gonna have some water and get rehydrated. So while the adults are inside, the pool's closed.
What's my brother doing out here in the back? I was wondering why Mr. Highfield was here. Man, they're doing a swim. Oh, safety and swimming. So that's what they're doing back here. I need to do this lesson because I don't know how to swim. But that's good that they're teaching these boys and girls how to do these swimming lessons, because you never know, you know. I should probably do a swim lesson too. See, before you go swimming, pool deck safety, getting into the pool, and yeah, like I can really relate to this. I would be scared if I... Help! Help! I can't swim! Oh! Thank you, Mr. Wilmot, for throwing me the life vest. Oh! Hey, Mr. Highfield, thank you. Oh!
Let me pull you to the side. What are you doing out here?
I was coming to see what you guys were doing, but you guys weren't here.
You know you're not a strong swimmer, so not only is nobody watching you, but even if they were, you should have had the life vest on.
Oh, man. Teach me how to put it on, Mr. Highfield.
Absolutely.
Oh, I fell in with my pants on.
Put your arm through there. And put your other arm through here. And then can you buckle it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I need to wear this because I'm not a strong swimmer. I'm definitely going to watch this safety video so I know all the rules so I can stay safe when I go by the pool. And I'm going to ask my brother if he can teach me how to swim. I need to know how to swim. If you ever see somebody that is struggling in the pool and needs help, you need to act cautiously. A lot of people would think that you should jump into the pool and try to help them. However, that could cause 2 victims instead of 1. Man, I was so scared. It's probably a good thing they didn't jump in and try to pull me over, because I was just so scared that if anybody would have swam to me, I would have grabbed and wrapped my body around them to stay safe. And for most swimmers, that probably would make them sink too. So that's probably not a good idea. So it's a good thing that Mr. Wilmot threw me the life vest, because that made me float as I was grabbing onto it. The best thing to do if someone's having a hard time in the water is to throw that person a flotation device from the side. Then immediately get help by either calling 911 or getting an adult. Then, once you know help is on the way, grab one of the pool supply, like a stick, or in this case, Mr. Highfield grabbed the pool brush and pulled that victim to safety, because they already had, Mr. Tomlin already had the flotation device. Hey, Mr. Hernandez, do you know how to swim? Are you a strong swimmer?
You know what? I am a pretty good swimmer, even though my name is Mr. Highfield and not Mr. Hernandez. But we're going to let that one slide.
Bloopers!
We should have had the cue cards.
I gotta recover from that one. Okay, hold on. Let's. Woo! Hey, Mr.
That's me. That's me. All right, boys and girls. Before you ever, Mr. Tomlin. Is it recording?
Mm-hmm.
Tomlu. I don't want to say Tomlin. Tomlu. All right, boys and girls, and for the moms and dads and adults out there, you don't push your utes into the pool. Does everyone know what a youth is? It's a youth, and that was a little joke. Oh, well, we might edit that one out.
Many of you know that. All right, boys and girls. Just stop at that water bottle. What's my brother doing out here in the back? Oh.
You can do it. You can do it.
Here we go.
There's 2 ways of doing a cannonball. The first way is when you just want to announce to the world that you're about to do a cannonball. In which case you get ready, you say, cannonball! And then you do a cannonball. The second way is when somebody's relaxing and you don't say anything at all. And you come up and you just do it.
Whoa! Oh! What was that? Woohoo! And no peeing in the pool, people. That's just nasty. Ew.